The member for Nipissing.
Thank you, Speaker, for the opportunity to speak to this motion today from the member from Simcoe Grey and my boss. I think all of us in this House recognize the importance of service clubs and charitable groups in each and every community across the province. They fill meaningful roles and gaps within our social fabric and enrich our quality of life. In fact, without these clubs and groups, important services, projects, events, and activities just wouldn't be there. That's why when they speak, it's our job as legislators to listen, especially when they have such serious concerns that we're discussing here today. We simply believe that the Minister of Finance needs to listen to these concerns, review them, and take action. We want them to address them so our service clubs and charities can continue to do the vital and necessary work they do day in, day out in our communities across Ontario. I will quickly sum up again to repeat some of what the member from Simcoe Grey said. The areas where these clubs, not us, but the service clubs and the groups themselves have highlighted to us. These are the areas of and issues of concern. The financial audits. You know, forcing these charities to pay nearly 10% of their profits on fees is ridiculous. And as you've heard, if a service club earns more than $50,000 after expenses on a fundraiser, they must pay $4,500 for an audit. But below that, it's $450. It's a disincentive for these service clubs to fundraise. Surely we can come up with a better solution. When I think of Nipissing University or Canadore College, and I look at the donor wall and I see all of the service clubs who have stepped up, when I walk into our new hospital in the city of North Bay and I see the donor plaque with the service clubs who have built rooms, in fact, wings in the hospital, wings in the university, wings in the college. This money is all earned through their charitable donations. For the province to take their slice, to dip their beak in so generously is ridiculous. These unnecessary regulations are also a point. Why are we restricting service clubs from selling tickets out of the province and over the phone when they're unable to access funds in the U.S. and other provinces? Municipalities limit the number of lottery licenses issued at a time, keeping them from working on more than one project. Again, these are areas where we can do better. When you drive down Lakeshore Drive and come over the overpass in North Bay and you see this bridge that crosses, you know, it's built by one of the service clubs. It's a trail that runs through our entire city. It's not built by the municipality, not built by the province, not built by the feds. It's built by the money from these service clubs who have funded, fundraised, and funded these very important projects throughout our communities. When you think about taxes, it's a wonder service clubs are able to undertake any of these fundraising ventures at all. When you hear the service clubs on a car raffle, for instance, have to pay close to $10,000 in taxes for the vehicle, then the lottery license costing them up to $9,000. Throw in the property taxes for the clubs that own their own building, and what's left? Speaker, when I go down to the waterfront in North Bay, when I go to the waterfront in Callander, when I go to the waterfront in Chisholm, there are parks and beaches that are built by these charities. These are the most generous of groups. They work so hard. They run bingos, they have lotteries, they have fundraisers that raise nothing but money for other people to share in, Speaker. So lastly, the volunteer costs. The directors of a club must have liabilities insurance. Members must assume the cost of volunteer police checks, among other items. The cost of living makes it hard enough for those to volunteer. So these other costs deter membership. Again, we here in the House, Speaker, simply have to do what the member of Simcoe Grey is asking. We have to do better. I should add that there's a valid concern in communities where OLG is planning to locate casinos about the impact that would have on our ability of charities to fundraise. Again, this is a question that needs to be addressed before any of these go forward, so clubs can prepare, react, and adjust to what they can contribute to their good work. All we're asking through this motion today is for the minister to consider ways to address the hurdles facing our service clubs, our fundraising groups, and our charitable groups across the province. They're vital, they're crucial, they're important, and we can't do without them. I'm proud, Speaker, to support this motion. I would urge members of this House to do likewise, and I thank you for this time to speak in this legislature again.